Hi, I'm Alexis Black, and this is the Embodied Revolution. There's been a lot of noise, a lot of clips, and a lot of people speaking about me instead of to me. Okay, a couple are talking to me, but there's a lot of people talking about me. Today, I'm taking my story back, not for drama, but for truth. Today, I'm feeling immensely grounded and immensely powerful. Right now, I'm calm, not angry. I'm here, and that is enough. What happened inside that locker room has been spun in every direction. I was living my life, minding my business, loving myself, caring for my body that is beautiful and growing every minute that I give it the love that it's worthy of. And somebody decided that they were going to record me inside of the locker room. And that's a violation of my space, not to mention, against their policies. It's also a violation of my dignity, quite frankly. But that moment got turned into clicks, views, and of course, some gossip. But it wasn't entertainment. It's my real life. When I was approached in the locker room as aggressively as I was intimidated. That's just the truth of it. I'm not here to claim that I was assaulted, but my body was literally touched without my consent. Hands were placed on me. I was constantly approached like this, always coming at me. This is just the truth. I picked up that phone inside the locker room and asked for assistance. Several different times, because it happened several times, only with one individual, actually. But intimidation, fear, it's a heavy concept. My heart was pounding at that time. No reason to feel guilt. Again, all I did was care for myself at the gym. But her actions were a violation of the rights that are attached to all humans. I'm not here to talk about the rights of trans women or transgender people. I am not the trans movement. I am a transgender woman. My name is Alexis Black, and I'm remembering who I am more every single day. I knew this is who I was when I was 8 years old. I didn't allow myself to be this way. But I do now, and I'm really happy about it. I keep seeing people ask, what is it that the trans movement is trying to do? I'm going to say it again. I am not the trans movement. I am Alexis Black. I am a human being. A very spiritual one. Energy is everything. It's a vibe. I'm the vibe. Ride this wave. You're invited. Let's do it. Let's learn. Let's own ourselves. Let's love ourselves. I did not ask to be a headline, but if the universe wanted my pretty face to start a conversation, then so be it. I do love to talk. I stand for embodiment, for truth of self. I love to try new things. That's how I figure out what it is that I like. Of course, sometimes you just know that it's not going to work for you before you give it a shot. But living in your truth is up to you. Even if someone says that you don't belong, do you? Do you belong? I know where I belong. And that's where I was videotaped. Taped, as if people use tapes. Where I was video recorded. Let's get one thing straight. It's not a trans issue. This is about humanity, privacy, and compassion. If the world gets uncomfortable when a woman like me walks into her power, that says far more about the world than it does about me, not to mention the copious amount of hate that people are spewing out of their mouths. I desire for all of you to be happy. And me stepping into that locker room has absolutely nothing to do with your happiness or your internal turmoil. It just doesn't. I'd like to call out a little bit of hypocrisy. People praise authenticity, right? Don't be fake. Don't tell a lie. Well, you all are talking about who you think I am and things that you've seen that maybe I did. But you haven't talked to me about it, so you don't know what I've really done. A lot of people are experiencing fear, and it's really just because they don't know themselves that deeply. I lived a lot of life like that, but no more. Every single headline about me, every hateful comment, every misgendered sentence, and it goes beyond that. But that's not where I live. I'm not here to discuss the ugly. I'm here to discuss the truth. And really, again, it's all about respect and love. Every headline about me, every hate comment, every misgendered sentence, all of it is part of my evolution. I stand strong. It's teaching me how to be softer, but without breaking. How to stay loving, but while being seen. Seeing the way that I handled myself on TMZ, seeing the way that I handled the response there in the gym when that huge man was putting his finger in my face, and once again, intimidating and threatening me in front of Gold's Gym staff, mind you. Their manager on duty was literally right there, and she turned a blind eye to it. Literally did nothing about it. Refused to even identify who this aggressive man was. But looking at this videographic documentation of my candor, I'm proud of myself. I handled it in a very distinguished manner. And there are people out there that are recognizing my shine, that see my light. To anyone who has reached out to me and showed your love and support, thank you. Thank you. And you should be proud of yourself because, well, this is the Embodied Revolution and we're moving forward to support ourselves and one another. So, again, thank you. Specifically, one thing I'd like to share, and this was I believe the first day after this all like kind of blew up. Someone reached out to me and they told me that they felt inspired to love their own body more and they began to conceptualize what it is they actually desired for their body after seeing not only my transitional development through the collage that I posted, which I'm so proud of still, by the way, but how healthy I appear at first glance. I mean, some people are speaking about my muscularity. Chicks are allowed to be strong. That's it. Like, there's all sorts of chicks at the gym. Health is wealth. And, it's just, it's important. And having people reach out to me like that, it means so much. It means more than all the noise combined. Just knowing that people are inspired by my truth and being able to see my truth on the screen, it speaks to my soul. I know how far I've come. I'm not perfect, but I am present. I'm right here, right now. I'm not a label. I'm living proof that transformation is real. And not just of body. Because all of this begins on the inside. I had to dig deep inside to even get to this point. You know, I'm extremely grateful for every moment of my life. But, you know, thinking about it right now in this moment, what if I did? What if I was able to begin hormone replacement therapy or puberty blockers? I guess they do for such young people. I knew this about myself when I was 8 years old, and I exposed it to my birth parents when I was 8 years old. I was told that all biological males felt that way at some point, that they all felt detached from their genitals and I should just bury it down. And I did. I was fearful to let that come back up. And anyway, it did. It did. And I'm so glad that it did. So, I'm living proof that transformation is real. If you came here looking for controversy, I hope you leave with compassion instead. This is the Embodied Revolution. This is the Embodied Revolution. I'm Alexis Black. Power, presence, authenticity. See you next episode.